Hello, welcome to Ukidz LLC channel. Today I'm going to be assembling UGears 2-in-1 arithmetic kit. It is a STEM lab model by UGears. It is educational, designed for 8+. Also comes with the augmented reality application and downloadable study guide to tell you everything about the mechanism. So this one should be a pretty simple and quick assembly. Just doing some of the STEM models that we haven't done before. So just kind of to show you guys that there are different options, not just regular models, but also educational. So this one in particular got the part for the addition and addition, I think possibly subtraction or just addition, and then the other part is a multiplication. So multiplier and addiator. So let's see. Box opening is fairly simple. You get nice internal box here. STEM Lab by UGears. It's a book style box. We got looks like four different boards on here. Also comes with a nice handy handbook. There are QR codes in here for augmented reality application, and also for opening instruction QR code is on here. So it's kind of like gives you like a nice 3D look, augmented reality look on your phone. And so it's just a little handbook, tells you about the mechanism, look like. Let's see. Historical background, what kind of mechanisms are there, what mechanical principles can you learn by assembling the model. So there's a downloadable study guide that you can get and download in PDF format. So that's the manual, nothing in here, and there is a couple little pieces in here, little wax piece. So I'm gonna put the box aside because we don't need it for the assembly. I do need the wax piece just to make the parts move a little bit faster. And let me slice up this little plastic here to take it off the boards. And manual is attached in the back. So basic information in the manual, as always, you got some info on the product. You got a helping tool, which is 8 on board 1 here. I'm gonna put it aside right away. And then you have some explanation on additional items, additional parts. They're all listed here, which ones we have. And just in case if you break one during the assembly. Also, you can always contact us at info@ugears.us to get some spares, or go directly to the manufacturer to get a spares from them. So let's start with the assembly. Probably going to be pretty quick. We're going to start on board number 1. It gives you some instructions on how to use the helping tool, pushing parts out, snapping them in, snapping to the within a part. All right, so step 1, we need part number 1, 2, and 3. So 1, 2, and 3, they're all in the top right corner of the board. Now push these parts out, 1, 2, and 3. Let's see, so we do UGears facing outward. Part number 2 is snapped from the back, just like this, and make sure it snaps all the way in. And you can also use the helping tool to get it in all the way so there's no spot in between, and then you insert it through part number 3, just like this. Snap it all together, and we have part H1. Now step 1 on the bottom of the page, we got parts number 5 and 4. They also on the board number 1 on the left side about the center. So we got part number 4 and part number 5. push them out, part number 4 and part number 5. Next step, we're gonna need 6 and 7. 7 is the top center, and 6 is gonna be, let's see, 6 right below, right at the center, right below 7. Alrighty, so we need wax. We wax these little tabs on part number 5. And we wax part number 4 also by the tabs. And insert with that little tabs facing towards you, we insert part number 5 into the hole. Snap it in. I use the surface to push the part as far as it can go. Parts number 6, actually we needed 2 of them, with the rounded surface towards the bottom. And let me get the second one. We need to push it all the way in as far as it can go. So I'm kind of pushing from both sides. One I got all the way in, the other ones too, so they're all the way against the tabs. And then part number 7 from these tabs goes right through part number 5. The other way around. Thankfully it's forgiving, so the little tab goes in the hole of part number 5. And you push it all the way in. And I'm gonna clean out a little wood that got left over then. So now you got like nice little part right here. So we also put it aside. For the next step, number 3, where we need from board number 2, we need part number 8, which is on the right hand side here. It's a longer piece. Once again, push the parts out from front surface towards the back. That will make it easier. And then we need to wax these rounded surfaces here. And on the other side. And let's see, we're gonna use that part that from step number 2, a little tab on the side. Let's see, it's gonna give you an indication. So it's supposed to be facing with part number 7 towards you, for example, right? You have the one tab sticking up, and we insert it through this little hole on part number 8. I'm assuming that we would need, actually we did wax it in the previous one. I'll just put a little bit more wax on here, and just like this, make sure that it rotates nice and easy. And then we need part number 9 for step 4. Part number 5, it's that 9 is that the big piece over here with the numbers on them. And let's see, we insert it with this tab, and with number 8 sticking up, I'm gonna wax the tab a little bit more, and we insert it through that bottom long slot. Make it horizontal, and we put it like this, and we lock it with number 10, which is on board number 1. No, is it part number 10? Yeah, bottom kind of below the center line on the left hand side, and with the little marker facing up, I hold that part from the back, the sub-assembly, and push the 10 through. Kind of sandwiching in between. Make sure there's some movement in here, easy movement. And we have our A1. The next step, we're gonna put it aside. The next step, number 1 on the bottom of page 7. is we're doing pretty much the same thing. Part number 5, part number 4, part number 7, 2 6s, let's see, and we wax this part number 4 all around on the tabs. Part number 5 we do these little tabs here on both sides, and we push it through part number 4 just like we did before, all the way in as far as it can go. Part number 6 with the rounded facing down. Rounded part. Need a little bit of a pressure here to get this all the way in. All the way to the tab. And part number 7 from these little tabs. Kind of similar to the previous piece, and all the way in. Straightening it all out. We got a little piece here on the bottom of page number 7. Next step, we need part number 11 on board number 2, right next to the board, part 8. I wrote the board, not the piece, which is okay, that's not a big deal. And then we need to wax also these round pieces here, and on the inside of the opening, and then the little tab with part number 7 going away from you. It goes at the top of part number 11, just like this. And then we take that sub-assembly that we just made, turn it upside down, and insert this piece on the left hand side through the same slot. And then we lock it with part number 10, which is on board number 1 and the right hand side, which, or right, left, one or the other. And then we're doing the same thing. We're locking this piece in place. And check and make sure it moves freely back and forward. So now we have A2 sub-assembly ready. Turn it around. Step number 1 on the bottom of page number 8. We need to insert 12, 13, and 12. So 2 12s, top left corner of board number 1. And then 13 is a little to the right of the center line. So 13 is going to go right in the center. All the way in. And then 11 and 12. So the rounded pieces towards the inside, the tabs towards the outside. So 1, 12. Did I say 11 and 12? A little late night here. So 1 on the left side, 1 on the right, rounded pieces towards the inside. Just like this. And then we need part number 14, which is also on board number 1. Longer pieces on the right and left side of the board. We need to wax. Not sure, it shows outside, but just in case, I think it means inside of the little parts. I'll wax both on the inside and outside just in case, not gonna hurt. Little wax, and try to stick it on the inside too. And then with the smaller, we're inserted on these little sub-assembly, smaller tabs, or smaller holes on one side and on the other. And then we're gonna lock it up on page number 9 with part number 15, which is on board number 2. Top right, that's the big long piece. And then UGears is supposed to be facing outward, so you're supposed to see it. Once again, the tabs go through the hole, long hole, then 12, 13, locking into the corresponding holes. And then on the sides, we'll lock it with a port number 16, which is on board number 1. After that, we're going to be done with that board. And these gonna lock on the right and left hand side. So now if you can't push it hard to lock these little boards, let's see, the 3 holes should be on the bottom. So if you can't push it hard enough, or you don't have enough force to push it, one of the options you can do is put a little wax on these little tabs, not just on the edges. And then as you put the wax, when you try to insert it, it's going to come in much smoother and easier. Now let me do this side and that side also. And I'm going to force it against the table. Little wax. Make sure they're all the way in. It sits completely flush on both sides. And then we still keep it with the back side towards you. Part number 17 to lock it up. And part number 17 is on board number 2, bottom left corner. We lock these little moving components in place. So one side was number 10, and this side is number 17. Push it all the way down, almost flush with the surface, but not too far, because you still want to have some movement back and forth. And that's going to be our A3 sub-assembly ready. All right, we're gonna put it aside just for a second. We're on step number 1 on page number 10. We got board number 2, and we have parts number 18, 19, and 20. So 18 to the left of the center line at the top. 19 is let's see, where's 19? 20 is to the left and above the center line, and 19 is right below to the left. So we need a little wax on that rounded surface of port number 20. 19, so 18 goes through these two holes at the center line of port number 19 from the back. Let's see, with a little, there's a little dot, kind of like a marker, has to be towards that nice little trapezoidal top. At least, well, you're not going to be able to put it any other way because the two legs are different thickness. So, and I'm going to need to wax it a little bit so it goes in smoother. Here we go. And it's going to be all the way in, and then part number 20 right over the thicker piece all the way to the bottom. And then we need parts number 21 and 22 also on board number 2. They were to the right. And there it's the same thing. I'm going to wax all the rounded surfaces here. In and out. Just to make sure. that there is as little friction as possible. We get the smaller side and that little half circle together, and they go over this thinner, longer piece, just like this, into the little rounded out portion of 20. Right, once we do that, complete that, we need parts number 23 on the bottom here of board number 2, and then part number 20 left side right at the center line, which we need to wax that half round circle. We insert part number 23 over first over that sub-assembly, all the way in, locking these little two pieces in place, and then part 20 once again at the top. And we're page number 10, step number 1. We take our A3 component with the numbers facing you, and we need to bring this two pieces together, kind of overlapping them a little bit, kind of the same thing as we did before, and bring all these two little tabs on the bottom together so they're straight up. These two circles we're going to push to the side, and then we're going to insert these little sub-assembly that we just made, just like this, into A3, A4 into A3, lock it with number 23, which is on the bottom to the left of the center line of board number 2, and then part 24 to the right of the center line at the top, locking it in place, 24, and then we need to wax the rounded off pieces, looks like it. Let's see, all the way in. And then parts number 25 in step number 4, they are right at the center of board number 2 at the top. And these with the longer pieces going through here into the holes of part number 19. One side and then the other side. Once again, I'm using my fingers. You can use the tool to put a little bit pressure on there to lock it in place. And then we got our part number A ready. Next step, page number 12. Gonna put that aside, that sub-assembly, and we have step number 1, part number 26. That's board number 3 now. Part number 26 is to the left of the center line, that long piece here. Part number 27 right at the top. I'm gonna push it out using the tool. 1, 2. Need to wax this round off piece here on part number 26 and insert the 2/27 into the holes, length parallel to number 26. 1 and 2. I haven't inserted them completely yet. I'm gonna use the tool and kind of flat surface, push it all the way in on both sides. Clean off the little pieces of wood here just to make sure that they're not on the way. And then we need part number 28, which is right above 26 on board number 3. Waxing off the round piece or round side of it and putting it over these two little parts number 27, flushing it completely. Step number 3, we need part number 29, that is back on board number 2, right to the left, a little bit to the slight left of the center line. with that little tab going towards the bottom when part number 28 is on top. We insert it in, and then we push it down to lock it into the two holes that are there. Going like this, so now it's nice and flush all the way in. And then we use, let's see, step number 5, we the first H1 helping tool, or I guess, or whatever it is, H1, we push through on the bottom here, turn it upside down, push it here on the bottom, and separate them a little bit, so it kind of goes almost a little bit in. That's to support this little tab to make sure you don't break it off. Then we need part number 30 on board number 3 to the right of the, or actually right at the center line, I want to say. And we're gonna insert it over this tab. I guess as much down as it can go. And then to ports number 31, we're back on board number 2. There's 31. Kind of working back and forth a little bit. We're gonna need to wax them. Right on the outside. And I do a lot of these with my son. He's 11, he likes doing them. Obviously we do them in sessions because it's a little too long to do together in one sitting. So we just come back occasionally. So once we insert 231, step number 7, we pull out the helping tool. And then step number 8, we need 2 parts 32 that are on the left hand side of board number 3. And we insert them from the front here or back, I guess, or whatever it is. Like in this sub-assembly, or trying to like this sub-assembly. First, and then the second one. All the way in. And we got ourselves a B1. Moving on to page number 14, and kind of going to be going through the same sequence. Step number 1, we need part number 33 on board number 3 to the left of 26. 2 27s again. Helping tool to get these out. Wax the rounded piece of 33. And insert 2 27s, doesn't matter which side, into the 2 holes at the top. Once we get them a little bit in, centered in the hole, then you can use your helping tool to kind of push them in, just like that. And then part number 34, which is set to the left or right above the 33. Once again, waxing the rounded piece. We're inserting it with the rounded piece towards the top over this part number 27. Next one is 29, back on board number 2 to the left of the previous 29 that we took out in my case. And then with the long tab down, we insert it similar way into little slots or openings that are here, all the way in. Now just like step 4, we're done with this. Now helping tool, once again we turn it upside down, insert the helping tool just like this. then part number 30, which is on board number 3, to the right of the center line. And similar way as we did the previous one, insert it all the way down as much as it can go, and 2 number 31s, which are back on board number 2. There's 2 spares also. Work those in and out until they fall out. Let's wax these up a little bit. Checking we're still recording, so that is good. Waxing these on 2 sides and putting them over that little piece that is sticking out all the way to the bottom. Take out the helping tool in step number 7, and then 2 number 32s, board number 3 to the left below the middle line. We're locking them on the outside all the way in, just like this, and we're done with the B2. So B1 and B2. I'm gonna put B2 on the left, not to mess them up. Page number 16, step number 1 at the top there. We need board number 3, part number 35. So we pull that piece out, and then 236 is right above it. They're on the left of the board. And then 36 is with these tabs facing outward towards the longest piece. We can insert them on the left and right side of part number 35. Just like this. Make sure it's all the way in, and it's B3. Now we're gonna take step number 1, right below it, at the center of the page, part number 37, which is to the right, like on the left hand side of the top left corner of board number 3, and then part number 38 is on the, like right at the center to the right. We wax these little longer tab on here, and we're gonna insert it through the center of part number 37 from the bottom, and we're gonna push it as far as it can go. Now we take B1 and B2, so B2 is gonna be on the right hand side, and B1 on the left hand side. With this tab towards the top, we're gonna insert it on the spin, and then with the tab B2 with the tab towards the top, we're gonna insert it on the right side, kinda for them to overlap here. And then step number 3, we insert B3 into these 2 little tabs, kinda locking this mechanism in place. Oh, this one kinda push it through against the table, locking everything in place, and we have our B part. Now we go to this page number 17. We take our subassembly A, and we join, try to join these 2 together in step number 1 and 2. The holes, to match the holes up. Then we take our B side, insert the helping tool on the left part in between. Let's see. No, we're gonna turn it upside down. So on the left hand side now, with the tab sticking up, I'm just gonna insert the helping tool on the left, split it apart a little bit, have a helping tool here, and then we're gonna go from the back, turn it around our part A. Gonna go also on the left hand side, just like this. all the way down. And we need part number 39 and 40. 39 is on board number 3 to the left, and a little above center, and 40 is on the bottom there. Then we insert it through this tab that is sticking out all the way in. That's why we need a helping tool to make sure it doesn't move. And then page number 18, we remove that helping tool and put it on the other side. That's to make sure you don't break that part. And then we're doing the same thing on here. Insert these two parts, and then 39 and 40, same location on board number 3. We lock those in. And 40. Make sure this part also fits right here. Remove the helping tool, and then let's see, we're gonna wax on the inside of that long part here a little bit, and then we insert port number 41, which is stem lab, that is on board number 2. To the left here, bottom left, it says stem, with the stem facing up. We insert, locking that whole assembly together. Make sure everything is all the way in on both sides. And looks like we're done on page number 19. Next, we need to make sure that these two move to the right and to the left. Need to give it a little bit of that moves up. Let's see, we need to make sure that it goes all the way up. So we need to work it up a little bit, work it in. So it's everything, there's a lot of friction with this gears. So we need to make sure that we work the parts in. I'm giving them a little bit of a push here and there, just to make sure that we get all the friction kind of like out of the way as much as we can. Here it's a good tool. And I'm getting a little bit of friction at some point of time, so I need to figure out where it's at. Just to make sure that we can go all the way in and out. This side looks a little crooked to me. And I'm just pushing it back and forth on this top portion here. It needs to be centered a little bit. Just trying to get the friction out of the way. I'm gonna put a little bit more wax in that center component. Work it in a little bit. We're almost to the ends, so which is good. I'm just working it in and out until we get it all the way in. Here we go. Let's see, checking everything in, make sure this one gets a little bit crooked. And here's the mechanism. So let's see, 1 times 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's where it gets stuck. 10, 11, 12. Need to give it a little help. Work it in a little bit, back and forth. Let's see, 2 times 4, 8, 10, 12, 7, that works. 5 times 8, 40. 5 times 10, 50. 11, 55. 7 times 11, 77. 7 times 9, 63. So that's how it works. I just need to work it back and forth a little bit more. Maybe this is a little too much. We don't need that far. A little bit more wax. And we almost got it working the way it's supposed to. Let's see. So page number 21 shows you the final product. You can scan it in into your augmented reality application. All right, I think it's pretty solid now. So now it moves pretty easy across the board. Maybe a few more times, back and forth. All right, so that's the way the mechanism works. Page number 21 will explain it to you more in details. Also, different languages on 21. And here's the operation. It's pretty much you say 3 times 7, and you got to look at this hole right here. It tells you that it is 21. 3 times 9, 27. 11 is 3 times 11, 33. And so on. So that's your multiplication table. Pretty much 2 multiplication tables here. And it shows you how to get to that result. 5 times 9, 45, times 11, 55, 3 times 11, 33. We've been there. 6 times 8, 48, and so on. That's your multiplier. And we got it working. There's more explanation, different numbers. And then we're gonna move really quick to the, gonna put it aside. We're gonna move it to the editor, I guess, or whatever the name for it is. Page number 25. And this is step number 1 on the left hand side. Let's see, we need board number 2, we don't need it anymore, but board number 3, need numbers number 42, 43. They're going to be on board number 4, 42, and 43, one of each. And then we need number 44, which is on board number 3, to the left, one of them. And then 45 also on the same board, to the right of the center line. So we join 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We join on the side with port number 44 with a little tab facing down. When you see the numbers, and then you turn it upside down and you insert port number 45 into the 2 openings here. And we need to make 4 of those. So 1, 42, 43, 44. Oh, we had one pulled out already. Tab facing down. Numbers matching. Tab facing down. Turn it upside down, and 45. From the bottom, that would be our number 2. Yep. Once I fit it in, here we go, one side and then the other side. Number 2. Then the rest are on board number 5. We have 43 and 42. Board number 44, 2 of them. Tab facing down, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then another 43, 42. And then 45. We'll add them in a second. Two 45s. Looks like I pulled one extra spare one from the board, which is okay. Let's see, 2 sides. You can use the helping tool to push those out to make it a little bit easier. And insert them from the bottom. Now we have all these 4 parts. We're gonna put them aside. We need big board number 46. That's step number 1 on page number 25 on the right hand side. It's board number 4 to the right. And let's see, we're gonna turn it upside down, and we're gonna insert upside down, meaning that stem lap facing down. We're gonna insert 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 47. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 47s on there. And then step number 2, 3 more. So 8. I'm gonna pull all of these out. There, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then first step, we're gonna insert them all with this slot kind of going perpendicular to the length of this thing. So one goes in the top left corner. Next one's gonna be in the center to the left. Next one's gonna be on the bottom left. Bottom right. Once again with the slot perpendicular to the length of the board. And then number 5 is going to be top right corner. And then step number 2, once again you can use the tool just to make sure that everything sits right in place, nice and centered. And then 47, we're going to do the slot parallel to the length. It's going to be to these slots at the center on the left hand side and one on the right hand side, just like this. Tool to get them in completely. And then we're going to turn to page number 26. Part number 48 is at the board number 4 to the left of the center line. And that's going to go, step number 3 is going to go into these, where the 3 little slots are at. And then we take first of our C1s components from the step before, and we're gonna put it in the slot. I would put a little bit of a wax on it. Actually, maybe it's just better. Let's see. Is it telling you to wax the board? No, I'll wax the board just for these components to move a little bit smoother. And first one, let's see. This is cutting to the right. It's gonna go in the outermost slot. So we got round pieces here. So that's where, and right underneath in the long slot, that's where this little tab goes into, with the numbers facing up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Once we insert all of this, step number 6, we need a board number 49, which is on, or a little larger board, part number 49 on board number 5, sorry, top right corner or right side of the board. And we insert that piece over. Over our sub-assembly, snapping all these little 47s together. Check, make sure that everything is moving very nice. Then we need step number 7, we need part number 50. They're on the bottom left of board number 5, 2 of them. And then 2 of them are on the bottom of board number 4. And we're gonna lock this sub-assembly together. On one side first. And then on the other side. locking it all. And then from the bottom, on page step number 8, page 27, we do 4 number 51s. So 51s are on board number 3 on the right hand side. These little pieces here, careful, there's a long slim piece there, so may be prone to damage. So just pull it out easy here, and then we insert it into the slots at the top here, kind of like locking these moving components into the place. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just like this. So now you can hear like a little sound locking these so they don't slide too easy. Make sure they're all aligned. Moving on to page number 28, piece number 52 on the bottom right of board number 3. Kind of aligning these number 51s. There we go. As far as it can go. And let's see. We are done with step number 9 and step number 10. The helping tool we're gonna put on the left hand side right here as you're looking from the top. Locking it in place, making a nice little piece. Same thing, you can scan it into the augmented reality application, and now tells you about the operation of how everything works. And here this one moves a little bit easier, so let's see, these are our let's see, zero these out. All right, so as we move down, let's say we have the way it operates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's our addition. Here we go. So we take our helping tool and we do zero everything out. So put zeros in here. Nope, not one. 0, 0, 0. Now to add 7, we go put your little helper tool into the slot where it says 7, and you move it all the way down until it says 7 here. Then 21, you take plus 14. So 14 is this is first digit, second, third, fourth. So ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. So 14 we need move down 1, and on the right hand side we move up. Let's see, we move 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. It says up the next number. It says air up. So we move all the way up in here. 1 down here. Not sure how it makes sense. Okay, got it. I think I got it. Let's check it one more time. Zero it out. 7 plus 14. So 7 all the way down. 14, so 1. Put a 4 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't work. So we need 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, right? Because we have 1 left that we need to go. So we go all the way up to the left and 1 down. So we get 21. Hopefully that makes sense. One more time. 7. We insert the helping tool at number 7. Move it down. 7 till it shows up 7. Then we do 14. It's 1 here, and then 4. 1, 2, 3. And then it tells us to go up. So we go up, and then we go down. So that was our step 4. So, and we get 21. Let's go try the next one. 21 plus 2000. So 0 it out. And I'm going to try to do it without the helping. So we do 21. We do 21. And then we add the 2000. So 2000 is in here. So it's 2000, 0, 0, 0. So it's 2021, which is easy. Make sense, kind of. Didn't have to do that. It's self-explanatory. Now 2021, I guess I can put it back there. 21. We need to add 1846. Right, so it shows us that we need 1846, 1000 plus 800 plus 40 plus 6. So we do 1000. Why is it from the minus? Oh, that's a minus. Oh, my bad. So addition and subtraction. So minus is on the bottom. We do it the other way around. So we put it in 1000. Then minus 800. Plus 800 from the bottom. Can't do it, so I need to go up and down 1. Okay, 0, 2, that's right. Then, okay, I guess we're good. Then 4 on the bottom. 1, 2. Cannot do it either. Go 1 up. And then on the last one, it's 6. So we do 6. Up and down, we can't do it. 1 up. So 175, that's the answer. Oh, we're good to go. So pretty much you just follow the steps: addition and subtraction, thousands, hundreds, tenths, single digits. As we reach the up arrow or down arrow, you have to go up and move the next number down, and so on. So once again, we can go back to this one and kind of repeat. 2021. Let's see, let me set 2021, subtract 1846. So first one is at 1000, which is here. Go 1, subtracting. Then the next step is subtracting 800. So we go into 8, we go up. It shows us to go arrow down, so we go down to the left and up. That one zeroes out, that one stays at 2. Next one is 40, so we go into the 10th, put it in the 40, we go down, no, we go up, sorry, my bad. We go up, it shows us to go to do down. We go down, left, one up, one up, and then that one stays at 8, and then 6, so we go to the 6, we go up, shows us to go down, we go down to the left, one up on here, and we get 175. So that's the answer. I don't know if I need to do any more examples, but I think we ran out of examples, so you can play around with it. And let's say 375, 375. Let's say add 2,400, let's say 2,000, what is it, the year today? 2024. So we do 2,000, 0, 24. That'll be 2,399 will be the number. So any other questions? Once again, there is a downloadable study guide that can help you out on how to operate this nice little mechanism. If you got any additional questions, send us email, info@ugears.us. Replacement parts, same email address. And you can also shop on our website at UGears.us. All the product is available there. And also UKidsToys.com. There is some other products besides UGears on that website. Thank you. I'll see you next time.